I mean, if that doesn't get you over your back axle, nothing will. Welcome back to the channel, folks. What I have here is a complete VEVOR dual exhaust pipe kit, and we're going to install it on this 1964 Chevy panel truck. Let's get to it. Now let me be clear, this is a universal kit, and what that means, it doesn't fit anything properly. So we're going to have to be cutting, hacking, grinding, welding, cursing, knuckle busting, all those things. But wait, there's more. Look at these beautiful Thrush Glass Packs we're going to install. They are just gorgeous. Look at the finish on that. That is just beautiful. Whoever's painting these really should be painting cars. That's just fantastic. It's got the 2-inch diameter pipes, which is good enough for a 305. And it's probably going to sound like a clapped out 90s Camaro, but hey, we'll live with that. The price is right. Anyways, let's get this box open and see what we got for our money. Well, looks like it's all very nicely packed. It's all wrapped in plastic. That's not bad. So there's a 90-degree bend. That's a 2-inch pipe. That looks pretty good. How many we got of those? 1, 2, 3. Should be 4 of each. Should be another one in here somewhere. 3, 4. 4 of those. And we've got some 45-degree bends. 4 of those. And they all have the flare, so they all fit into each other, supposedly. Like that. And we've got these turnaround bends. I mean, if that doesn't get you over your back axle, nothing will. You got broken springs if that's the case. So that's going to be just perfect. And we have 4 lengths of straight pipe. It looks to be about 4 feet high. And wow, that looks pretty good actually. Let's measure that. See what we got. We got about 65, 67 thou. That's 1/16 of an inch, I believe. That's not bad. I should be able to weld that. We'll see what happens. But actually, the pipe looks pretty good. So we got 4 of those, and that should fit, because these are flared also. Let's see if that actually works. That should fit on here. And it does. Just look at that, eh? That's nice. All I have to do is clamp it. Maybe weld it. I don't know. But that's a good start right from the headers right there. Straight back. All right. Let's get this organized and we'll get to it. And like usual, I forgot to plan this out. I haven't figured out where we're going to exit the exhaust from. The side, behind the wheel, in front of the wheel, out the back. We could come out here in front of the wheel. Oh, like this. That would be pretty wild. That would be the easiest way. Come out, we don't have to go over top the axle. Or we can just go behind the back wheel. That's probably the factory option. Something like that. Right below the gas filler. I don't know about that. Or we go to the back and run the duals right below the bumper on each side. That'd be cool. It might be easier than coming out the side. I don't know. Maybe more pipe, but easier. All right, we'll figure it out. Let's keep going. Let's test the decibel level before we put the exhaust system on. Then we'll know what it is before and after. Well, we've got our first 2 pieces to weld up here, custom as usual. Let me show you what's going on. So there's our first piece coming from the header, and that's not too bad. Just use one of the 90s and had to cut a bit off this end here, but that's ready to weld up. And then the second piece was a straight pipe, but had to put a bunch of slices in it to give it that awesome bend. And that's as far as I've got so far. So I can see this is going to be a very time-consuming project, but you know, the practice welding will be great. So let's keep going. Luckily, this is going to be under the truck, and not that many people will see it. So it should be just fine. Well, it's a rocky start, but you got to start somewhere. We got one pipe done. That's the driver's side front pipe. And I'm going to do the other side while I still remember how to do this one. And then we'll move on to the center section. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so we've got this piece all tacked together. And the way it's situated, I can weld this all together. I won't need any clamps on it, just for the hanger, and that's it. Because this will just slip in. Just got to bolt up to the header. And then we slip on this muffler like that, and that'll go on with a clamp. And then by that time we're almost at the back axle. Then we got to get over the back axle and tailpipes, which is going to be a nightmare. But so far it's going really good. It's a lot of work, but it's going well. So let's keep going. I've probably been under this truck about 100 times so far, just to trial fit it and then drag it out again and weld it, and cut it. But it's all part of it. Let me get up here, show you what's going on. So there we are, coming from the header. And then basically straight down, pretty simple run really. And then we get to here, and we've got, hold on, 2 45s here. One there, then one up in there. And there's our muffler. Let me get under there, I'll show you that situation. It's pretty tight under here, but so there's our 45, the first one, and then the second one. And there's our awesome exhaust situation. So from there, where's our back axle? We got to get over the back axle, and I'm gonna try and get it out the back, I think. I don't know, we'll see. I'll get it over the axle and go from there. But it's looking pretty good. A few more pieces. Still got lots left of pipe. So I'm hoping I can get right to the back bumper, if possible. If not, we'll come out by the wheel, just behind the wheel. But that's a whole nother scenario right there. All right, let's keep going. And here we have the passenger side finally welded up. It's rough, but I think it's going to be all right. Going to test fit that and then slide the mufflers on. All right, so here we are. We've got our mufflers in, and we're at the back axle. And I'm working on the going over the axle, and you can see I got it propped up with a piece of wood there. But it's all fitted, and we got our tailpipe out just to the bumper, back bumper. And so now I'm just going to tack it together and then pull it off and weld it and stick her back on and go from there. All right, let's keep going. Well, we've got our tailpiece all welded together. That's ready to be installed on the driver's side. And that comes out just to the edge of the bumper, which is perfect. Let me show you how those U-bends work for tailpipes. These U-bends work great for tailpipes. Just slice it off and you've got a nice looking tailpipe. So that works pretty good. So I think I've only used one of these so far. So probably going to need a couple on the passenger side rear, because it's a different layout than the driver's side. So, but I think we're going to be okay with the amount of pipe here. There's still one length left here. Yeah, still got 1 4-foot length and those U-bends, and yeah, hopefully that does it. Well, we're on the last lap now. We're working on the passenger side over the axle and out the back piece. A bunch of little pieces. We're cutting it from U-bends and whatnot, but let me show you what's going on. This has been over probably 4 days at least now that I've been working on this. And I'll tell you, it's a struggle working off a creeper. But yeah, it's tight in here too. But let's have a look here, see what we got. So here we are on the last section. This is from the passenger side. So I just made this up out of U-bends. couple pieces, and plan is to tack all of this together with the tailpipe and then pull it back off and reinstall it, and by that time it should be looking good. The other side's all done, and we're just from the muffler back, passenger side, and well, let's just keep going. The last piece, tack welded together and ready for final welding, including the exhaust tip. And all we have left from that whole kit is these 2 U-bends and a couple scraps. That's pretty good. We're going to need a little bit of grinding to make this one passable, but it'll be strong enough. This one got a little out of hand, but it'll do. Well, I suppose from 10 feet away it's not that bad. So I just got to keep my distance and it'll be okay. Last piece of the puzzle finally installed. Right back to the bumper. And we got our hangers. Everything's tightened up. And let's clean this mess up. And we'll fire it up and see if we've been able to tame this beast. Let's hope so. Well, let's do another sound check and we'll see how much we've improved it over the open headers. Well, that's a big improvement in the sound issue, especially at the front of the truck and at the cab area. It's definitely a quieter level of sound. At the back, it's still better than it was, but the sound quality is so much better. It's more of a mellow sound and not too offensive to anybody, I'm sure. Of course, unless you really start doing burnouts and really get on it, it's going to have a bit of a bark to it then, but that will never happen here. We don't do burnouts anywhere at any time, so not to worry about that. So in conclusion, am I happy? Oh, very happy with how it all worked out. Was it hard? Very hard to do by yourself. Problem is I'm just too dangerous to be around, so I can't have help. But if you had somebody to just help and hold the pipe while you tack it, that kind of stuff, you'd probably do it in half the time. I probably spent 4 or 5 days, 5 hours a day at least, to put this all together. And all you really need is a cheap MIG welder and a grinder. That's about it. And just regular hand tools. As you can see, we've only got 2 pieces left. This was a 16-piece kit, and I installed it on a short bed C10. So I'm not sure if it would work on a long bed. You might be able to use the rest of this pipe to get out the back. I don't know. It's possible. But I'm very happy with the quality of it. It wasn't too hard for me to weld, and I'm a crappy welder, so that's a pretty good sign that I was able to do it, because it is fairly thick pipe in my opinion. The mufflers, they weren't too bad. They were about they are 2-inch Thrush, the longer ones. I don't know if you can see the part number there, but they're about $70 a piece, so that's $140 for 2 mufflers. The pipe kit's around $160. There's $300. Another $25 in clamps and hangers, so about 325 Canadian dollars. That's like $60 American, so that's pretty reasonable, really. So let me show you the underside, and you can see how it all kind of worked out, and maybe you'll get an idea on how to do this on your own vehicle. It's really not that hard. It's just a bit of labor. So let me show you what's up. Well, where do we go from here? I'd like to be working on one of the other projects for a little bit, but doesn't look like that's going to be possible. We're still kind of in a bad snow situation here still. As you can see, we've got still a couple feet on the 46 Ford, and the 41 Chrysler, we can't even get to it. There's a bit of a snow avalanche there, and it's going to be a little bit before we can get back to that. So we're kind of stuck in the shop here for now, where the heat is and we can get to. And I think we can get back working on maybe some of the sheet metal. We've got some rust issues to deal with. So the rust issues we have to deal with are down in here on the doorpost. Bottom of the doorpost is gone. Cab mount up almost to the actual body bolt there. So we're going to have to deal with that. And I guess it's also the rocker is also gone. As you can see, the rocker is rusted through there along that sill plate. And the floor itself needs some work. The kick panel a little bit. And yeah, this door frame is rough. We're not going to deal with all that right away, but we want to get the floor and the rocker done and the cab mount. So that's got to be done before we can drive this. Once we get the floors and the rockers taken care of, we can move on to this front end sheet metal. I'm missing a rad cradle. An old man in a red truck stole it a while back, and so I've had to order a new one. It should be in any day. If you see that man, call the authorities. Anyhow, we've got, so the rad cradle will be next, and the inner fenders, we'll clean them up and paint them. And the actual fenders, they need a little bit of body work on the lower attachment points, but it shouldn't be too bad. We're going to not get too fancy with this truck. We're going to keep her in a what would you call, patina finish. So we'll just patch what we got to patch and just touch up the paint, and it'll be just fine like that. Anyways, that's the strategy. Actually, that's a lie. I don't have a strategy. I just work on whatever I can work on, and for now, it's got to be this 64 Chevy C10 panel truck. We'll do whatever we can to get it ready for the spring, and just keep working on it. I want to thank everybody for coming back to the channel and checking out what we're doing here, and I hope to see you on the next one. Take care.